What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like, subscribe. So, excuse me. Quiet bird. So it seems that the Resident Evil 4 remake demo and its subsequent release, the regular game, performs. I don't want to say performs. I'm going to say looks better on the Xbox Series X than the PlayStation 5. Now, why would that be? Capcom, I guess they're a neutral party. They don't really, I don't know if they take money from Sony to make their games better perform on PlayStation 5, as Sony has tried to posit that scenario towards the COD deal and stuff, which makes me wonder. Saying, oh, they're going to make the games worse, they're going to make COD worse on PlayStation, means that they're guilty of doing it now to Xbox, right? Anyway, so why I say that is because, yes, it looks better on Series X because they did some crazy stuff, double this and that, the third on the PlayStation 5, and it looks, quote, terrible, says Digital Foundry. John Lennon specifically said that. It looks terrible. I was like, wow, that's harsh. And that being said, the controls on the Xbox are worse than a PlayStation. Now, I don't understand. They were just talking about the, I guess the right stick, the camera control. And I was like, it's a dead zone thing or something, but I don't understand that because if you take those controllers apart, they're using the same sticks, basically. It's the same sticks that all these controllers use. It's not like Sony has special, more yummy controllers. They're all the same. So how is it that the Xbox controller on PC as well, same thing on the PC and on the console, control worse than the PlayStation? Makes me question, did Capcom, are they compromised as far as Sony getting to them and saying, well, you know, we want something to be better on the PlayStation. What can you give us? We can have something controls on the Xbox, I guess. Now all these ideas come to my mind because they said it. Sony said it, which means A, it's a possibility, and B, they're probably doing it. Why do you think a system that is not as powerful is getting all of these, benefits, all of these, optimizations, all of these, it performs better on PlayStation 5 on a weaker console? How is that? Don't talk to me about no magic SSD or something like that. No, that's not what it is. That's not how graphics work. So when Capcom comes with something and it's something like a control issue, that's on Capcom. That's on either they messed it up intentionally or there is a difference and they didn't bother to fix it, if you will, on the Xbox controller. Now, I know that within the system level on the Xbox, you can set your own dead zones on the controller. Just, this is what I want my dead zones on this controller to be across all games. You can do that. I don't know what it's set to for default. I don't know if the people at DF, Digital Foundry, had their calibration a little off or something. I would trust them, but you never know. I don't know. But it's something that can be fixed. If not by Capcom, you can go into your settings and you can figure out the dead zones and see and tweak it, which is something you shouldn't have to do, but whatever. But it now in my brain, I'm questioning the honesty of these corporations. Now, specifically Sony, because they're putting themselves out there on Front Street, and everything they say, everything they're crying about that they're afraid that Xbox will do to them if they get Call of Duty, I will assume that they're doing it right now already. That seems to be the way, right? Oh, they're gonna make it exclusive. They're gonna make it exclusive. They're right. Seems like Sony's doing that, right? Oh, they're gonna diminish the quality. Oh, I don't know. Controls are kind of messed up on Resident Evil. it's like it's the desperation of a corporation when you say things that out yourself. You're sitting there like, oh man, they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that, and where it's not gonna be fair. Where, right? And then it's like, wait, why would you say something like that? Wait, are you doing those things, Sony? No, we're not doing no, no. So, yeah, man, I don't. It's still a little frustrating. It's still a little crazy, and I probably talked about the whole. There were 6 developers or something in that submitted to I think the CMA or the European Union or whatever. One of the two. And they were saying, yeah, man, Xbox is dope. They're cool. I like it. It's better for competition. No negative. Derek Griggity said Sony is the only corporation out there that is crying about this deal. Everybody else is cool with it. They want it to happen. And then you got some new guy out there who is the new Pony chairman. The new Pony, look up to the guy, Pony. I don't know, what, vice president, VP of Copium? I don't know what he is, but what was this, Reforged Gaming or something like that? I don't know, I can't remember. I just kept seeing everybody talk about him. That Fertanga talked about him. Who else talked about him? Somebody else talked about him. I was like, okay, this dude is just like, and he made the comparison to, what if Burger King bought Coca-Cola? And then McDonald's is like, oh, that's not fair. McDonald's has the right to block the deal because it's going to diminish the sales of Big Macs. I'm like, this fool is so stupid. I'm going to say the word stupid. You stupid. First of all, how are you going to compare Coca-Cola, which is a way bigger company than Burger King, okay, and McDonald's? Coca-Cola rules the world, okay, let's say that. Coca-Cola is in more markets than anything else. Coke. It's in more markets than Burger King, more markets than McDonald's. Coca-Cola, yes. So when you compare it to Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, Burger King to Coke, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because A, Microsoft is bigger than Burger King. Like, Microsoft is to Coca-Cola as Burger King is to Activision Blizzard. Went blank for a second there. So you got your corporation mixed up, and I understand what he was trying to do, but it doesn't work because the bigger corporation is buying the product, right? Not the small little rinky-dink corporations buying the bigger, which will never happen anyway. I mean, Fertanga says it better. He goes through it better. He disses him better. You know, I'm not gonna go through it like that because I'm not gonna step off Fertanga's toes. I'm not gonna step on whoever else talked about it. I think it was, I don't know, it's Alex or whatever, his toes. Go watch them because they do their thug dozen. I like them a lot. So but it's another pony donkey unicorn that's out there saying words. There's another thing he said. He said that it is Jim Ryan's responsibility, it's lawful for him to try to block the deal. And I said, no, that's not how the law works. It is monetarily, yes. It is fiscally his responsibility to make Sony money. Yes, it is fiscally his responsibility to try to block the deal so Sony doesn't lose money. Law has nothing to do with this deal when it comes to Sony. Sony is the nosy person on the side talking shite when 2 other people are handling business. So like, yo, I'm gonna handle business with you, and then somebody blah 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 blah. Like, why are they talking shite? What's going on here? Sony is not part of this deal. It's Microsoft, Activision, CMA. Sony is just talking shite to try to smokescreen and distract and confuse people who don't know what's going on. And all of these talking heads out there who are talking shite, who are like just talking so that their winning corporation doesn't lose or get hurt or lose face or whatever. And dude, Reforged Gaming is like, you guys don't, you're talking with your feelings. And I'm like, you're not talking, I don't know what you're talking with, because you don't make any sense. Burger King and Coke, what? And he's saying all these words. It's his lawful obligation to be against the deal. It's like, no, it's his fiscal obligation to make sure Sony doesn't go bankrupt. And then he said, oh, if the deal goes through, Jim Ryan might get fired. Like it's a bad thing. I mean, look, CEOs come and go. Whether he gets fired, what is it gonna matter? Sony still, look, the Naughty Dog is still gonna make good Naughty Dog games. Whether Jim Ryan's there or not there. When Sean Layden was there, guess what? Naughty Dog was making dope fire games, right? Right? Yeah, they were. You know? When what was the other dude's name? Before Sean Layden, I forgot his name. Wow, he was the best one too. Even when Kasserai was there, giant enemy crabs. Remember that? Go get a third job. Get 12 jobs to get a PlayStation 3, son. Guess what? They were still they started making good games back then. That's when it started, because he said giant enemy crabs and get 2 jobs. But you know. Whatever, that's water past the river, under the bridge, through the canal, into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put like a little setup with a microphone. I have all that stuff. Maybe I should do that and like, oh man, put some glowy lights in the back and be like, oh man, let me tell you something you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand how this is business and this is lawful obligation to make sure that the deal is blocked. I'm like, dude, you're the dumbest person. I thought I was the dumbest person that I knew. I mean, I think I still am, but I don't know this person, so I can't say he's the dumbest person I know. But he's definitely not smart, or he's super intelligent because he's playing all of y'all. He's not playing me. Either way, I don't really care. I'm just saying it because everybody's saying it. So I was like, well, let me throw my couple of pennies in there and let y'all know how I feel about it, because everybody's talking about it. And I was like, whatever, you know, sure. I mean, but the main thing, it wasn't really about the Reforged Gaming, whatever his channel thing is called. It was more about the Capcom thing and how I feel this generation that Sony is making these exclusivity deals, right? And these exclusivity deals contain language that are detrimental to the quality of the games on Xbox, meaning they prioritize PlayStation 5, meaning they optimize for PlayStation 5 and only PlayStation 5, and they just throw it ramshackled onto Xbox Series X and S or whatever, and PC. And I'm not just making this up. I know I said this before. I'm not just making it up. I'm not just imagining it, because the PC should not have performance problems. People with 4090s are like, yo, why is this stuttering, right? So that's not, no, they didn't optimize it. They just threw it on there, just like they threw it on the Series X and the other, and fanboys are like, look, PlayStation 5 is, it's like, no. The fact that the PC, well, PC of course, but the fact that the Xbox Series X can still kind of hang, even though it wasn't optimized, shows you and illustrates the power differential. If it was reversed and you optimize a game for the Xbox Series X, and you throw it on PlayStation, it's going to look like Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's going to look like hot trash garbage, because you have to optimize for that system in order for it to look good, to take advantage of it. If you don't, it's going to be trash garbage, because it doesn't have enough power to just make it. It just works. It won't just work, because you have to do this and do that, and you know, sort of. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comments, you think Sony is doing some deals behind the scenes that are making games on other platforms less than, you know, illustrating their concerns about the Activision Blizzard deal? Are they actually doing what they say or are afraid that Microsoft would do to Call of Duty? I mean, now we have to pay attention to these games. We have to pay attention to these third-party games that go on both platforms and see, like, okay, which one's better? Did Sony have a deal with them? All these things, all these questions need to be asked because they brought it up. They made it a point to try to say that that's what would happen. You know, and that's kind of an admission to guilt, almost, I guess, kind of, sort of. But anyway, appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. To the way.